Australian federal police are investigating whether overseas actors are behind a series of anti-Semitic attacks in recent months. During a national cabinet meeting last night, the AFP commissioner revealed police suspect international actors may be paying or have paid local criminals in cryptocurrency on encrypted devices to carry out some of the most recent attacks. After briefing National Cabinet last night, Reece Kershaw said anti-Semitism is a disease in our community that must be stamped out. State and territory leaders signed off on a national database which will track anti-Semitic crime and behaviour. New South Wales Premier Chris Minns spoke to Sharry Markson here on Sky last night and reaffirmed his commitment to tackling the attacks.
They are escalating, and I think it's important I say that. I don't want anyone to have the impression that we're trying to sweep this under the carpet or suggest that it's not a major issue. This is the central priority of the government at the moment and New South Wales Police. We are horrified by it, and the escalating nature of the violence, these hate crimes, could see, I don't want to speculate on a terrible crime, but obviously that's what we're concerned about.
Well, Australian Jewish Association CEO Robert Gregory joins us live now off the back of all of this. Good to have you with us this morning, Robert. This claim by the AFP that foreign actors might be paying off local criminals with crypto to do this. What do you think about that?
Well, that's a very interesting development. It mirrors what we've seen happening overseas in different countries we've been following in Europe, as well as paying locals even in Israel to do this. We've seen the Iranian regime do that. And I notice the AFP hasn't said who these foreign actors are, but I think there'd be very strong suspicions that perhaps Iran is behind it.
So does it change, your feeling towards local offenders at all, that they're just doing it for money rather than a belief, or does it even matter?
Well, I think when you burn down a childcare centre, the reason behind it is not the most important thing. So these people need to be dealt with the full effect of the law, but it just means it's a more challenging job for law enforcement. I don't know whether they now have to bring in intelligence services, but I will note that my organisation and the entire Jewish community has been calling for the Australian government to expel the Iranian ambassador. The Iranian community here has been calling for it because there's real concerns about intelligence activity being conducted in Australia.
Is it terrorism?
It certainly is terrorism. I can't think of another word to describe, torching synagogues like we saw in Melbourne or daycare centres like we saw in Sydney. These actions could hurt people, they could kill people, and they're designed to create terror and fear in the community.
National Cabinet, as you know, Robert, has finally been held. It did take a while. Are you satisfied that it has been held?
Well, the Prime Minister has to be dragged kicking and screaming on all of these things. We called for National Cabinet to be held, and it took the burning of a childcare centre for it to happen. So it's good it's finally been done, but it'd be much better if the government was receptive to concerns from the Jewish community and took action preemptively rather than waiting for it to get this bad.
All right, Robert Gregory, good to have you with us. Thanks for your time.